Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Chaos and Recovery. Today's episode, we have Lisa joining us.
Hi.
Lisa, thank you for coming on.
Of course.
My very first AA meeting for myself, you were there
Yep.
Thursday night. And I think it was that meeting you were
Jeez,
like,
how many years ago was that?
yeah, that was like 15 years ago?
Really?
No. Maybe it was my
I'm coming up
very
on 18
first.
years.
Yeah, it was like, yes, it was like 15,
Wow.
16 years ago. I think I was like 19 years old. And you were like,
Wow.
yeah, you came up, you were like, come over to our 4th of July party, you know, nobody's going to have booze there and everything. It's like,
yeah.
I wasn't there for the right reasons, so I didn't want to join a sober
Yeah.
4th of July party. I was 19.
Yeah, I thought about you too.
Yeah.
You know, because of the struggles.
Yeah.
Of that, you know, getting in and, it's tough.
Yeah. I was just in to get my father off my back.
Yes.
You know?
I know.
Yeah.
You are in my phone.
Yeah. A bastard.
A little bastard.
A little bastard.
Steve-O, little bastard.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that on the way over here. I'm like, I should change that, but you told me not to.
Hey, it sticks. I take no offense to it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. As long as you don't.
No,
I don't know.
I don't.
It just doesn't seem right anymore.
That's okay.
Your dad will
I guess
laugh
if
at that one.
I guess if I relapse, then you could still call me little bastard.
Yeah. I don't think I ever called you that to your face, though.
No.
No, I wouldn't. Your dad probably has.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah, that was a fun meeting for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just went back to it for my dad's anniversary. He celebrated 24 years
24.
last Thursday. Yeah.
That's right. He's in November.
Yeah, November
2nd?
4th.
4th. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, 24 years. Yeah, pretty amazing. And I thought he got sober like the same age I did, but he was a couple of years later. I think he was 40 years old when he got sober.
That's when I got sober. 39.
Yeah.
A month later, I turned 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a big part of my sobriety in the beginning, going to that meeting every single Thursday.
Yeah.
You know, and just having the respect from men.
Yeah.
You know, where nobody's out to, like, you know,
Just using.
I'm 40 years old. I lost 60 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm like dumb and numb and whatever mocus, whatever you want to call
Sure.
it, you know, and crying all the time. Like, what did I do to my life? And,
Right.
you know, it was so hard. And they, you know, they just kept saying, keep coming, you know,
Yeah.
and it wasn't easy.
No.
You know, because I felt like a lot of shame and guilt and remorse. And because throughout, like, when I was a teenager, you know, the stuff that I did back then, and, you know, and then I just kept drinking and covering up that shame. And
Yeah.
so, you know, after, you know, even having kids and then, you know, getting sober, and then I'm like a teenager again.
Yeah. That
You know, and
that
I'm like, I
maturity
have
level almost.
no idea what the hell life is about.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, I just did what I had to do to survive.
Yeah. Right.
You know, it wasn't easy.
Did you try getting sober before?
No, the only time I was sober was when I was pregnant.
Yeah. Okay.
3 times.
Is that hard? Or it's like,
My first,
yeah.
I was actually like partying up until like 3 months.
Yeah.
You know, and then some girl said to me, "What are you doing? Like, you're pregnant." And I was like, that's how, like,
You had delusion.
yeah, back then. And then so I ended up quitting, but I remember like being like 9 months pregnant and totally understand how they say like white knuckling it type of like the dry drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Because I sent my son out to get some eggs and he came back and they were all broken, and he said that a friend of his or whatever like smashed them, and I got in my car, burned rubber up the street, 9 months pregnant, and like screaming at this kid like, I'm gonna beat your ass, and if your mother won't beat your ass, I'm gonna beat your ass. Like,
Yeah.
like I was what, 20? I was 20.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't 20. CJ was 10. That was Michael. That was
Okay.
my last. I was 30 years old then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, the last 8 years of my drinking were horrific.
Yeah. All day, every day.
Horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I knew, like, I quit for Patrick. Not a problem. And then Michael, what had happened, I ended up signing up for cosmetology. I went for to learn how to do sculpture, manicuring class. And so I ended up getting pregnant like 2 weeks into having to go to the school. So, yeah. I ended up passing and graduating and all that stuff from that. But then after I had Michael, like I said, if I pick up a drink, I'm going to get drunk.
Yeah.
So I have to wait till my kid can sleep through the night.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. So he was probably a couple of months old, and I picked up a drink, and that was it. It was like downhill from there. 8 years of torture.
Yeah.
It was just pure torture for me, physically, emotionally, mentally, because I wasn't living. My phone's going off.
Yeah, it's all right.
I wasn't living the life that I wanted to live. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I felt like I was hiding down in Warwick, and I married somebody. I mean, I did love him at, points, but
Yeah.
I was doing things that I shouldn't have been doing and getting involved in people I shouldn't have been getting involved with, and it was a freaking nightmare.
Sure.
It was a nightmare. Married with kids.
Right.
I was the housewife. I worked at a movie store for a while, but I was the housewife and who drank at home.
Yeah.
The last year of my drinking, though, like we would go out and I would drive home drunk with one eye closed, falling flat on my face when I get out of the truck. It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible. And the physical parts of the drinking.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. So my eyesight was going. Blurred vision.
Really? Yeah.
I worked at a bank the last year of my drinking, and I just have to drive a mile up the road, and I'm like, what's wrong with my eyes, And then I'll be like, all right, they'll clear up. And then my ankle started swelling.
Yeah.
While I was, being a teller.
At the time, did you equate any of that
I knew it was
drinking?
all drinking.
You knew it. All right.
I knew it was all drinking. So there was a liquor store on the way home from the bank before I got home. And every day I was like, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
And my car just stopped.
Yep.
I had no control.
Sure.
None. And I was in full-blown alcoholism.
Sure.
I drank every single day. That's why I believe I was dying I was going to be 40. I was going to die. I was drinking myself to death. And when I did end up getting sober, I went to Butler Hospital, and my liver was like 3 times the size, they said.
Why did you go? Somebody push you, or just you?
Yeah, you remember that.
No, I don't. I just...
Oh, push me. You mean, I got into an altercation with my son.
Oh,
yeah.
Because you were drunk.
Yep, and I would just go right after him.
Yeah.
He would be, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? I'd be, yeah. And then 2 minutes later, I'd be attacking him.
Huh.
It was the Jekyll and Hyde that they talk about.
Yep.
I'd be like, what are you doing? He's like, you said I could watch a movie or whatever it was, And I'd be like, shut the freaking TV off. Like, I'd be just like screaming bloody murder. Like,
yeah.
And I was so depressed too. I'd be like sitting at the computer, just like crying, listening to music. He would tell you all about that in the songs I'd be singing, But yeah, it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare. And I felt like I was all alone. Nobody was, understood me. And I didn't know anything about AA. I didn't know anything about, I knew I was alcoholic, so I would say, I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I'd be outside smoking my cigarettes and drinking in a T-shirt and, in the middle of winter, just pounding the alcohol.
Yeah.
I was a hard alcohol drinker, so...
Yeah.
I would drink like vodka and wine. Or I would drink like a bottle of brandy, or a bottle of whiskey. Like that's what I did.
Sure.
And, it was from the get-go though.
Yeah. So after this altercation with your son, why Butler?
I don't know. He said, I'm going to bring you to Butler. I said, take me.
Oh, okay.
Him and a girl at the time, yeah.
Got it. So, for anybody that doesn't know, Butler is a detox / mental health facility here in Rhode Island. And I've probably been there over 20 times, detox.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a run the last 5 years, especially when I started doing, I got into methamphetamines very heavily. And so for about 5 or 6 years, I was an everyday, all-day user. And meth, for me, was 24/7. Barely any sleep. So after like a month of that,
Wow.
if I wasn't sleeping, I would be completely strung out and my body would just shut down. I'd be gray. And my only retreat would be, all right, let's go to detox, clean up for 3 days, and then I'm either right back out doing the same thing or, all right, I need to give recovery a try again. I wouldn't last too long.
I know. I used to pray for you, boy.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, it was rough for a while.
Rough.
Yeah, especially with the meth. The meth, it was just like, it started off as like this perfect drug for me because I could work all the time. I could come home, play with the kids. I could clean the house. I could be passionate with my partner. All of these great things I was able to always do. I had the energy for everything until I became this constant user.
Yeah.
Until it just took over my life. And then it was homeless, jail, institutions.
It's true what they say.
Absolutely.
You know? And I don't think anybody truly understands it unless you're going through it either.
Yeah.
I remember cleaning house for somebody, and his wife was an alcoholic, and he's like, I don't know why she just can't have one.
I know. Yeah.
And I said, but we can't have one.
Yeah.
We can't.
Yeah.
It triggers off that allergy.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was like, for me, it was the alcohol wasn't enough. Okay, the alcohol and Coke wasn't enough. Okay, alcohol and crack wasn't enough. Okay, I was sober for a little while and with a partner, so I couldn't drink. She'd smell it. So I had to find other things. Adderall, and then Adderall turned to meth.
So much work.
A lot of work to sustain. Yeah, sustain. Like,
For what?
Yeah, for what? Just to be a better person in my mind, I think. Or to, like, block out who I was.
Because
you know?
it works for us.
Absolutely.
I didn't like the person I was, so
Yes.
I drank.
Yeah.
I didn't like the lie I was living, so I drank.
Yeah.
You know, I was living a lie.
Yeah.
I wasn't living my true self. I don't even know what that even was.
Right.
I just didn't like anything.
Yeah.
I didn't like life itself, and I would be miserable until I put a drink in my body.
Yeah.
And then I would be happy-go-lucky until a few hours later when I
Jekyll
turned
came out.
into Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
You know, and my kids would be like, "Oh yeah, that's why we ask you questions when you're catching a buzz. You know, can you take us to the mall?" And I was one of those mothers, you know.
Oh, yeah, because they knew.
Yeah.
We'll get her this time.
I'm like, I'm not going to drink and drive. Well, I became one of the mothers that started to drink and drive.
Yeah,
too.
of course. Yeah.
You
There's
know,
no
I'm
limits.
fine. I'm fine.
Yep.
Oh my God. I almost ran my kid over.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I should keep saying his name.
Yeah.
Like, he literally
Yeah.
got down in front of the truck one night, and I wanted to run him over so I could
Yeah.
go get booze. That's like,
And he wanted to stop you from getting booze.
yes. Yeah. And he struggled,
Yeah.
you know, for years and years,
Right.
you know, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's not easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I did. I went to Butler for just the weekend.
Yeah.
And I knew my gig was up because I wanted it to be up because I prayed for a long time.
Sure.
Whatever it was. I'm
Right.
like, please, like, help me. You know, and I had never gone without maybe a day,
Yeah.
once a week, because my body just couldn't take it no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
You know, and then I did the ad care
Oh, okay.
for a month. And
Would they ship you right over there from there?
no, I did ad care 3 nights, so I would go
Oh,
home
okay, so
3 nights a
outpatient.
week. Yeah, outpatient. And I learned a little bit there. I was starting to become a little more aware of what was kind of going on. And then they said, okay, it's been a month. You have to go to AA. And
Yeah.
I was so scared. Like, I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Sure.
And I would go to these meetings, and here I am, 40 years old, and not, I don't know. I hid down in Warwick.
Yeah.
I was down in Warwick, down the other end in Connecticut.
Yep.
For like 15, 16 years, just raising my kids, being a housewife. I did work at the movie store for like 8 years, but even that, the time I would do 4 to midnight. And then I would start drinking like a fish when I got home, and then I'd have to get up and get the kids on, ready for school and stuff. It was such a nightmare.
Yep.
Sleeping like 2 or 3 hours a night, and then I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, of course.
So then I was on all this different kinds of medication. I was overweight. So I was on blood pressure. I was on sleeping pills, antidepressants.
Yeah.
What the hell? Acid reflux. It was like a nightmare. And then a couple of months after, when I had gotten sober, I went off of all the medications.
Yeah.
They didn't friggin' work anyway.
No, of course
They
not.
didn't work.
Yeah.
No, so and then I ended up moving out because I could not keep going home to somebody who was drinking.
Okay.
I couldn't. It was bad.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to be there anymore because now I'm sober
Yeah.
for the first time.
How far into your recovery?
Couple months.
Oh, yeah.
I got sober December 7th of 07. I think I moved out in February
Okay.
to my sister's.
Yeah. Was that hard for you?
No.
Okay.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah.
It was probably the easiest thing I've ever did. Because I knew I should have never been in that to begin with.
Yeah.
Like I tell my kids now, he suffers from alcoholism, and it's bad. It's really, really bad. And I'm like, it's not who he is.
Sure.
And it's hard for them to understand that, because once they see somebody being a certain way for so many years,
Yeah.
and then
You're kind of just used to it.
yeah, they're kind of numb.
Yeah, sure.
And I think it's hard for them too, because they see me totally change.
Right.
And then why can't he do it?
Yeah. Sure.
It really sucks, and it is such a ripple effect, like they say.
Of course.
It affects everyone.
Of course. I still by doing this podcast, it gives me because I've had my sister on here as a guest, my father on here as a guest.
I saw that.
Some of my closest friends, and I don't know how much my addiction disrupted so many lives. It's not that I don't want to know. It's that I just can't fully encompass how many lives I had affected.
Yeah.
And I had screwed a lot of people over financially also, because I was running a business.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of people that I owe financial amends to and stuff like that. And that aren't even family. It's just people that I've screwed over. And there's people that I'll never remember that I screwed over.
Right.
And we just never know how far this tidal wave goes.
Right.
And and living in the solution today, there's such a piece to it. Like we were talking about earlier, how having balance and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, as long as I'm not fucking somebody over today, my life is kind of balanced. There's a lot of shit going on in my life. Granted,
you're having a good day,
but I'm having a good day if I didn't fuck one person over during that day, because I used to fuck people over on the daily, just to survive.
I feel like I have a good day if I could keep my mouth shut.
Oh, no doubt. Okay. Sure.
Still,
yeah, absolutely.
God, staple my mouth shut.
But those fucking little wins, we didn't know was so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does. It affects everybody. And I remember being drunk, being like, oh, I'm not bothering anybody.
Of course.
Really?
Yeah.
My kids can't even be who they are either, because they have to worry about mom and what she doing, and how is she going to treat me when I walk through the door?
Yeah. Yep. Now, how, going into your recovery, did you hold a lot of guilt and shame for years of drinking with your kids involved?
No.
No.
No, because I kind of forgave myself. Sometimes if I start thinking about it, I get the woulda, coulda, shoulda,
Sure.
and it's just bullshit.
Yeah, you can't.
Like, I had
Yeah.
to go through every single thing that I had to go through. And I didn't really know that much.
Yeah.
You know, I survived. You know, so. No, and even this part, too, like, I hear a lot of people blame their parents.
Yeah.
I never blame my mom and dad.
Yeah.
And my mom lived her whole life in fear of everything. And, you know, I never blame them for not teaching me certain things or whatever. Like, I knew it was me,
Yeah.
you know, so that was big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I didn't play the victim of my past for that. Like, I knew the shit that I was doing was because I put a drink or a drug.
Self-inflicted.
And I wasted, I don't know if that's the right word, but like having awesome, I could have had some really awesome relationships.
Sure.
And all I cared about even through high school, I remember doing drugs in classroom.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and just who can I get it from?
Right.
You know, it
Yeah.
was like in me back then. And I was just like, you know, I see pictures of some of the women that I went to school with and they're hanging out. And I'm just like, wow, like I screwed that pooch.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know, but it's like, I am who I am. Like
Right.
now I'm learning and I'm awakened and it's taken quite some time, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I try not to hold on to.
Yeah, I lost a lot of friends when I got heavy into the meth because I isolated completely.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to talk to any of my friends. I didn't want anybody to see me because
Yeah.
they all knew what was going on,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know? And like the victim thing, I always played a victim. I always blamed my mother, especially,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know, for X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to do a lot of self-work on that because I still have this huge resentment towards her, which I don't, and she's maybe like one of two that I have like serious resentments with still that I'm trying to fucking work on consistently. But I don't know if it's me wanting to still play the victim, but it's hard for me to give that up.
It is because we're human.
Yeah.
Like I can say, "Oh, I'm spiritual," and then have an experience, and how am I going to act?
Yeah, yeah, right.
Because all those emotions keep coming up from our past. But like, I always viewed my mother too as like, she didn't know better.
Yeah.
Just like I didn't know better.
Yeah.
She didn't know better. So how can I like be judging?
Yeah,
you know,
no, yeah,
we are
definitely.
totally powerless over people.
Yeah.
Like there were so many times, like even through my marriage, oh, it's gonna change. No, it's not gonna frickin' change ever.
Yeah.
I have no control over somebody else changing.
Yeah.
If they wanted to, they would.
Sure, absolutely.
You know, so
Yeah.
But that was hard. I kept sticking around, and and
Yeah. So when you got to AA, how was that? Was there like any embarrassing feelings going in, or like, am I gonna fit in, or like, what am I expecting here? What were you expecting?
honestly, my life was so chaotic. I would be talking smack with my mom and be calling people up, forgetting what I was doing, and talking to my husband's at the time, his family, and just complaining about everything, wah, 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 because I was in the drunken stages all that time.
Yeah.
And so when I got sober, I said, you are not going to do anything but keep your freaking mouth shut.
Yeah.
I stopped calling people. I stopped talking about, and and I just took care of myself. I just kept going to meetings.
Yeah.
I didn't understand anything for the longest time.
Yeah.
But I just kept going anyway. I just kept going. And I understand what they say, oh, meeting makers make it. Like
Sure.
I did at first because they read how it works a million times and I had no idea. I
Yeah.
didn't have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm still learning about it.
Sure.
You know, almost 18 years later. Yeah, so I dabbled, you know. I would do meetings every single day.
Yeah.
Every day. I would just do meetings and I just kept coming. And what happened with me was I stayed away from the drama. Like I would hear people and I would watch and listen.
Yeah.
And I stayed away from it.
Sure.
You know, because I wanted to save me.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't get involved in a lot of all that bullshit.
Right.
You know, this one does this and this one's sleeping with that one. I didn't care.
Yeah, right.
I didn't care. I stayed away from it. And, and I had, for like a year and a half, I did meetings.
Yeah.
You know, I had met Jim at a meeting. I went through a divorce the first year of my sobriety. And, yeah, a lot of changes. They say don't do. I had a lot of.
Did 'em. Yeah.
I did them all.
Needed
don't have
that.
a relationship in the first year. I think it was 5 months, 4 months, you know, sober. But I don't know. You got to stay out of that.
Yeah.
Like, he was calm for me. I
Yeah.
learned a lot, you know, being with a calm man, you know,
Sure.
and it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was so awesome. And yeah, you know, it's just. I got into a big book step study when I was like 2.5 years sober. 2 years, I don't know. Time is not good for me because my brain.
I hear you.
Put it this way: at the end of my drinking, I couldn't even say pass the salt and pepper. Like I couldn't say. I'd be like like
Yeah.
I still have like trouble with that.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, everything I know now is because of. Everything I've learned through going to meetings and other people. So I tried to get involved in the steps and I was like, oh my God, I would have like these little awakenings,
Yeah.
but then I would forget like that.
Okay.
You know, I would just forget. And then, life just kept happening. I mean, I started facilitating big book step studies
Yeah.
at the apartment that me and Jim lived in. I did that a few times. And then I think I was like 8 years sober, and I'm like, all right, I need to dig in again. And I learned a lot more, like about the social instincts and companionship and pride and like all of that stuff. But I still didn't do the turnarounds the way that they should have been done.
What do you mean?
Our part and stuff.
Okay.
So I would write the person, the resentment, and
Okay.
what it affected.
Sure.
Pride, self-esteem,
Yeah.
whatever. And then, okay, put that aside, because that's what it says to do.
Yeah.
Like, what is my part in it? Where was I selfish and self-seeking? I would just write, I was selfish.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, I was, self-seeking.
Not being descriptive.
No.
Yeah.
And then, oh, yeah, God wanted me to...
Why do you think that is?
Because I didn't...
You didn't want to protect yourself, almost?
No, I mean, I really didn't have anybody checking my work or teaching me
Okay.
the way that I didn't know.
Yeah, right.
And plus, let's face it, I'm a procrastinator.
Yeah.
And I only do as little as I can
Sure,
do.
absolutely. I hear you.
It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Like now I'm doing the steps again, but I've been going through the big book step. I've been going to big book step study meetings, and now I'm just writing the cause and effects. I have over 1,000 names on, and I got the cleanest house.
Yeah.
You know, the laundry's done.
Yeah.
Cook food.
Yeah.
Like, okay, when are you going to sit down and write?
Right.
You know, so I'm in the 300s now. And it's only been like a month and a half, 2 months. I think I started writing actually August 9th.
Okay.
So I wrote a list of everyone. And now I'm doing just the cause and effect. So I haven't even gotten to the turnarounds again. But
Yeah.
I have somebody that's really checking my work.
Yeah.
Telling me, nope, no, do this, do that. And I'm so grateful because, yeah, so I did the steps then, and I learned a little bit more, like, even, like, about fears.
Yeah.
So I just, back then, 8 years sober, I wrote a list of my fears.
Yeah.
Which I'm supposed to get the fears through doing the turnarounds.
Sure.
And then have extra fears like fear of falling, fear of heights, fear of spiders, whatever. But I didn't know that.
Right.
And it's still like, so now I feel like I'm a newcomer all over again, even though I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, and I have a lot of tools in my toolbox that I use, but now I'm going to these meetings and I'm learning about the steps and I'm listening to different people's perspective on these things, and I'm blown away.
Sure.
Like some guy the other day was saying something about sin, self-inflicted nonsense.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely. 100%.
Oh, you're a sinner. No, I self-inflict nonsense on myself.
Yeah.
You know, it's been such a big eye-opener for me, and I'm so grateful that I was, because around 10-year mark, resentments.
Oh, yeah.
And resentments. And I'm like, I got my shit all together.
Yeah,
I know
right.
what I'm doing. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
As I'm being a bitch more and more to my husband, I'm moody, and I'm like, what the hell is... And, you know, Karen taught me years ago, denial's the shock absorber for the soul, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I was in denial.
Right. Now, denial that you thought you did all the work and...
Yeah, I didn't know.
Thought you could fucking coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And you're
I'm not doing 10, 11, and 12. I'm not. Although if I think I harmed somebody or, you know, owe somebody an apology, I always done it right away. I mean, but I'm not like living in, you know, meditation and going out and, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Helping others all the time, you know. I'm very short fused. I'm like, if you don't like the way I'm doing it, then...
Yeah,
move on.
Else. Yeah.
You know, it's like 3 strikes, you're out. You're going to cancel on me. Oh, well. Like,
right.
And then, but, you know, how my higher power would want me be. Kind, patient, tolerant.
Sure.
I'm not. I'm trying to control the show. Constantly. I'm still trying to control the show.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's almost that ego. Like, if you're not doing it my way, I don't fucking have time for you.
I'm such a control freak.
Yeah, sure.
It's everything.
Right. Why do you think?
I don't know. Because I'm out of control.
Yeah.
I'm so fearful.
Even in your recovery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still afraid of abandonment. I'm afraid of not being good enough.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see so much.
Yeah.
So much shame. Like, I can remember when I was little in the sink, my mother washing me up. And that's as far back as my memory goes. And they were twins that lived next door. They were like teenage twins. They had come into the house. And I felt very shame. Like, I can remember shame, like, back then. Like, oh, my God, I need to be covered up.
Oh, okay, sure.
Like, stuff like that, like, is, like, popping up. And I'm like, what the hell?
Right.
You know? It's like, yeah, just, like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's all right. You know, like... Little Lisa just still keeps wanting to come out and like throw tantrums and But now I think I know what I want. I know what my needs and wants are, and I'm still learning a lot. I probably shouldn't even be doing this. If I told my sponsor, she'd probably say no because I'm writing, and I'm trying to like keep my mouth shut. But I feel like a raw magnet, like right now. You know, it's like And I'm like, you're okay, you're loved. And I mean, let's face it, we all want to be seen.
Right, sure, of course. Absolutely.
You know, we all want to, you know, you're doing good.
Yeah.
You know, it's that.
Yeah, the external validation is like a drug almost.
I think that's, you know, my mom never drove.
Yep.
And my dad owned his own business. So when I was in sports and stuff, I kind of did my own thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I looking for the validation sometimes. I have to remind myself, like, you're good.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, for me, like in childhood, I was never like the best at sports. I was never like I was pretty smart, but like none of the girls really liked me, or at least the girls that I liked. And it's like, so once I found drinking, and I was the life of the party,
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
girls like me, friends want to be with me and party with me, and it's like, this is my new career.
Yeah.
Look at all the fucking great things I'm getting. Even if it's bad publicity, it was good publicity for me.
Yeah.
You were a piece of shit last night, and I was just laughing on the phone. I know, but that's just me, though.
Go back into denial.
Go back into not denial.
Yeah.
I wasn't that bad. They're just making. But like, I rode that wave because it was like the first time I had constant validation, whether it was good or bad. It was people were noticing me.
Yep.
And I loved it. And it's so hard to validate myself after not knowing how to for so many years. Like, okay, Steven, you're on the right path. Without somebody telling me you're on the right path.
Yeah.
I still need people's constant. I still want people to like me.
Yeah.
I need that.
Yep.
I'm doing a lot of work to try and figure out what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever will.
I know.
I don't know if I care that much.
We're human.
Yeah.
We're human. We can think all the spirituality we want. We can be at peace. But then there's something.
Yeah.
How are you going to be?
Yeah. How are you going to be when the door's closed and nobody's looking type shit?
It kept happening to me, too, throughout my sobriety. Like, I kept, like, opening my mouth here and there. And I'm like, what did you do that for? Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. But, you said something that reminded me. When I was in school, I was the best at everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's like sports.
Yeah.
And when I went into 7th grade, I started getting picked on.
Yeah.
Started getting picked on because the girls were awful.
Sure.
To me.
Yeah.
So then I decided, okay, I'm not going to do this no more. I'm going to smoke pot and drink. So that's, what ended up happening to me. I ended up like just trying, like, why is this happening to me? Why am I getting picked on? And I never said anything to my mother about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Is your mother still alive?
No, she died, 14 years ago?
Yeah.
I was like 5 years sober.
Yeah.
And that was one of the most beautiful things I've ever experienced, being there with her when she took her last breath.
Sure. Yeah.
And I was really grateful for that.
Of course.
Because I was able to have, when she was in the nursing home, she died from cancer. And I remember sitting with her, and she said, we never really had that close of a relationship because I was a rebel.
Sure.
She tried to tame me, and I didn't want to freaking hear it, right?
Of course,
so
yeah.
She said, I wish I could have been a better mother, and, I wasn't that great. And I said, yeah, you were.
Yeah.
And I learned this in AA. You didn't know what you didn't know.
Sure.
And I said that to her, and she looked at me. But my relationship with her kind of changed, too, because once I got sober, like, she would, like, ask me a lot of questions. What's going on over here? What's going on over there? Because I always fed into that, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like none of my business. When I remember being like 8 months sober, and somebody said to me, it's none of your business what people think about you. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. The neighbors. The neighbors. What are the neighbors going to think?
That's a hard pill to swallow.
So shame, like, I'm always doing bad. Even I was raised Catholic, and I thought I was going to, when I made my confirmation, I thought I was going to get struck by lightning.
Yeah.
In church.
Right.
Because I was raised with that punishing God.
Yeah.
It was a horror show.
Yeah, all eyes on you at all times.
Then I tried to raise my kids in Catholic, you know, and bring them, and they all went through the process. And I remember being in church, hungover.
Yeah.
trying to listen and, being like, shut the hell up. They'd be like, when are we going? And I was the devil woman in there. Like, shut up. Just shut up and sit still. Like, I
Yeah.
couldn't even stand myself.
Yeah,
It was horrible.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I had so my grandparents, this time getting sober, my grandfather, he was losing physical ability, but his mental was still there. While my grandmother, her mental was losing. She had Alzheimer's and stuff, but her physical was still somewhat there, and my aunt was their caregiver, and she had them at the house the entire time. And me and my sister helped out as much as we could and stuff like that. But I had gotten sober a month and a half before my grandfather passed, and he was like my second father. And I had always said, once somebody close to me dies, this is my free pass.
Yeah.
I can I can drink. Luckily, I was in Merson and IOP. I had Eddie as my sponsor. I was going through the steps. I was doing a meeting every night or every morning, and I was like gung-ho with everything.
Yeah.
So he passed, but I was there 3 nights in a row, sleeping right next to him every night, holding his hand. I woke up, found him dead. And then 5 weeks later, my grandmother passes.
Wow.
They were married 65 years.
Wow.
And they died 5 weeks apart. And I didn't have to drink a drug over that.
No.
I barely even cried because...
That's so funny because I didn't either. It's like you accepted it.
I did.
That's big.
Yeah, I accepted it. I was there physically. So, like, I was able to talk with them. I wasn't like... It was always in my face. And now I had been living there for 2.5 years before, so I had seen this decline, very rapid decline. And so I had been bracing myself for a while.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't in the program,
No.
I would be a fucking mess.
Yeah.
And I remember my aunt saying, it's okay if you want to cry. And it's like, Auntie, I'm good right now. I know they're doing their thing.
Yeah.
And they're not suffering. Yeah. And also, in the back of my mind, I'm giving myself credit. Like, I don't feel like going out and getting drunk and getting high.
Yeah, that's big.
Yep. Like that morning that I found him, I just went to a meeting at 12 a couple hours later. And then I went right back to the house where everyone was.
Yep.
But, like, I had to go there.
I went to a meeting that night, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's because I have no other solution today. And that's
big.
What I've realized. Yeah. I convinced myself that instead of trying to fight for my use, I fight for my recovery. And I'm convinced that I have to be in recovery for my life to be any sort of manageable. When I loved fucking drinking and drugging.
I know, me too. If I wasn't dying,
yeah,
I would still be doing it.
Absolutely. If I didn't have kids and I was single and
Isn't that crazy?
I would still be smoking meth to this day.
You can't have one, but I'm just going to have one.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and that's how every relapse went. Every relapse was like, just tonight. I just want to feel it again.
Yeah.
Tomorrow,
will be different.
I'll go back to my meeting. I'm still sober, everyone.
That's a delusional thinking, though.
Of course
that's the disease at its finest, lying to us. You know? And it's like...
But I was such a good liar and manipulator that I did it to myself.
Yep.
Before I could do it to anybody else, this is the first person that gets the lie and the manipulation. And that's how sick it was. Like, I can't lie to you without lying to myself.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
And we talked about this last episode, like how sick it is. We had one of my friends on here overdosed 12 to 14 times on fentanyl, like hospitalizations. Every time he woke up, he would take shit off of him. And the nurses were like, no, you can't leave. He's like, watch me. And he would get up and go get a bag and shoot up again.
Yep.
He just couldn't stop.
I couldn't stop drinking either. And I knew with the ankles being swollen and all the medication and my eyesight and like my bodily fluids, how, it was horrific. And I still, like, I would go home, put my feet up. And then once the swelling came down, I would drink.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now we're good again.
Yep.
Fucked up.
I could not stop drinking.
Yeah.
It was horrific. The demon.
Yeah.
The demon wanted me dead.
Yeah.
And it almost won. And I knew I had to leave that relationship because if I would have stayed in that relationship, I would be dead.
Of course, yeah.
Because
right.
I didn't know, but I would have drank out of spite or I'll get you.
Absolutely. Why can he drink and I can't? What type of thing or whatever.
Because I even like throughout all these years, like I can be on like a spiritual, oh, I'm doing good and things are good. And then something happens. I'm like, what the hell? It's like, all right, so what are you going to do?
Yeah.
How are you going to act?
Right.
What are you going to turn to? The solution is the higher power.
Yeah.
You're going to go on to a spiritual end or, drink yourself to death, or you're going to have a spiritual solution to it. It's the step 2 propositions or whatever they call it. And it's like I have to keep turning this stuff over. So the past year I've been practicing more and more and more to turn it over, and it's not easy because shit is like rolling downhill right now.
Yeah.
My dad's not doing well at all. He's in and out of the hospital. He's, congestive heart failure and stuff, and my kids have issues going on. That's a whole nother story. And, they say you're only as healthy as your sickest child.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
So I'm like trying to oh my God, to see my kids suffer.
Yeah.
Especially from the disease,
sure.
Is gut-wrenching.
Right.
It's because I know what it is. Yeah. I know what the disease is. And, if only you do this, just do this. But I can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do.
Can't tell anybody anything, right?
And it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah. Do you think it would be easier if they had, like, a different disease? Probably not, but, like,
Well, the thing is, if they had cancer, they'd be getting treatments.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. But why? That's why the doctors don't know what to do with alcoholics.
Well, yeah, they don't have a cure. I mean,
no, it's a spiritual solution.
Sure. Yeah.
That's it. No matter what it is, it has to be a spiritual solution. We have to rely on something else besides ourselves. And I think the thing that helped me the most, too, was positivity.
Sure.
If I'm positive, the flow is positive.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that helps me with the spiritual aspect of it too.
Of course.
You know what I mean? If I'm negative and woe is me, then it's bad.
Yeah.
And there was some times in the past year where I'm just like, I hate myself.
Yeah.
I hate my life. I hated going to meetings. I was like judging everybody.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, you're sober.
Yeah, 18 years sober. And you still feel that way.
I was.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I had all resentments built up.
Right.
From shit that happened when I was around 9.5, 10 years sober. Quite a bunch of people. And I never really looked at those resentments. So then it just stays with you.
Yeah.
Something will trigger it. I'll start talking about it again or and then building up more resentments because I'm resentful. Like even with my husband.
Yeah.
It hasn't been easy for Jim. I don't know how he still puts up with me. He says he loves me, and I believe he does.
Yep.
Because it's not easy, and it's so funny. I saw a woman from one of the meetings at a Reiki share, because I do the Reiki thing too, and she was like, oh my gosh, she is like, you're very like... And I said, listen, this disease is going to kill you.
Yeah.
It's not a freaking joke.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing what they tell you to do, good fucking luck.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to tell you because it's laid out the way that it's laid out for a reason. And I'm like, So then I decided, all right, I didn't want to be a part of AA anymore. I started isolating. And
Really?
yeah, it was bad, but I still kept doing that morning meeting,
Yep.
the phone call meeting,
Oh, yeah.
and 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And then I just said, you know what? I'm going to bite. I'm going to go to one of these big book step study meetings where I can't talk.
Yeah.
I shut my mouth and
Right.
listen. And I'm just like, holy shit, the way that they explain the steps. It's like I'm a newcomer, like I said, all over again.
Is it a woman's step study?
No, it's I go to Attleboro on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Both men and women.
Yeah.
And men and women on Saturday mornings in Norton.
Okay.
Best thing I could ever do.
That's awesome. Yeah.
It's the best thing that I could ever do for me.
Sure.
Right now, because I'm learning how to do what I'm supposed to do the way that it's laid out in the big book.
Yeah. Okay.
And I procrastinate still, though.
Sure. Of course.
My sponsor's like, you need to keep going. Like,
Yeah.
stop. So then I'll write, and I'll write like 50 causes and effects, 50 resentments. And then I'm like, my attitude. Oh, I get to a certain person. I'm like, oh, here we go. And I'm like, so, and I'm like, just shut your mouth and keep writing. What's the resentment? What did it affect? Shut up, keep going. I'm like a little kid, like stomping her feet.
Sure.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
But I know what the outcome's going to be.
Yeah. If you know the outcome, why are you procrastinating so much?
I know.
Yeah. I do the same.
I always did, even in school, though, too.
Yeah.
Night before, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn, I guess I'll just take a 0.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm in college right now. I went back to college.
Okay.
Right at the beginning of the summer.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a therapist.
Nice.
And but I treat school the same way. At the beginning, my first 2 classes I had over the summer, gung-ho.
Yeah.
Friggin' my scores were amazing. And now I'm just like, it's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
It's because of my time management, though, too. Like we were saying before, I get home from work and I don't have to pick up my daughter. I'm like, I'm doing nothing.
We're undisciplined people.
Yeah. Yeah, and unorganized as fuck.
But when I get organized and I feel a little bit of discipline, I feel like $100.
Oh, fucking of course.
And it only lasts for a little bit of time, but I'll take it because I know it exists.
Sure, yeah. Absolutely.
And then I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah, it always amazes me how like that type of stuff, those little rewards, like I know this makes me feel good. I know if I get organized in this way, my whole attitude changes.
Yes.
But I still don't go back to the well as far as doing those things constantly. I will still procrastinate. I will still avoid. I will still self-harm by freaking not doing these things that I know is so beneficial for my spiritual and my mental.
Oh, why do we do that?
I don't know.
It's fucking crazy.
I don't know. It's just I don't know if it's even the alcoholic behavior. I mean, I guess it has some
people that get up and go to, like, when I'm in like the eating healthy, like this, I think starting in March for like 4 months, I was eating really healthy.
Yeah.
Like real healthy, and I only lost like 10 pounds, and I'm like expecting to be down 40 pounds.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, fuck it.
Right.
I'll just eat some candy.
Sure.
I'll just have a piece of bread.
Yeah, and once you
Now I'm like, I feel like I'm like.
And once you cross over, it's like no turning back.
Yeah, so it's like I know
the habit thing.
It's like I'm trying to get back into it again. It's a killer.
Yeah.
But you know something? I'm not drinking, and I don't smoke.
Sure.
Anymore. I quit smoking, so
good for you. Awesome.
Yeah, it's been 14 years since I quit smoking cigarettes too. And so when I got sober in December, I think that I had smoked a little bit of marijuana like the summer before.
Yeah.
But I used to do that too, when I could sneak it.
Sure, right. Yeah.
But
how was getting off the cigarettes?
That was really it was difficult for me Like, I quit for like 8, 9 months. And then, but like anything, so my son would be over and I'd be like kind of stressed out. Now I'm 8 months without a smoke. So I'm like, I go and I'd steal one out of his pack, right? And I'd take a couple puffs off of it, put it out.
Yeah.
2 minutes later, I'm out the door smoking a little bit more, putting it just like a drink, right?
Yeah.
The next day, I'm buying a pack of cigarettes.
Sure.
And that happened a few times. I had quit for like 8, 9 months.
Yeah.
And then I had gone back, but I just kept telling myself, you're going to die.
Yeah,
It's disgusting. It stinks.
Yeah.
And it's expensive.
Yeah.
And when I woke up the night before, I didn't have, like, I had one left in the pack. I said, you're not buying any. And that morning when I woke up, I said, at least I have my coffee. At least I have my coffee. And I just kept telling myself that, nope, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
You're not smoking. And that worked. And that was September 20th, the day after my son Michael's birthday. And then I got the phone call in October that my mother had cancer and it was inoperable. And don't you think I think about smoking?
Sure.
I'm on the phone with a cancer doctor and I'm thinking about going and getting cigarettes.
Sure.
I didn't.
Yeah.
But, like,
I mean, that makes sense to
it's
me.
my solution.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a quick fix solution.
Holy crap, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I mean, that type of thing never will escape you. Do you think about smoking here and there?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
No, and now I'm like, I wish that, because I have trouble breathing sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like, I get winded sometimes easy, and it's been 14 years.
Sure.
Like, what did you do to yourself? It's so disgusting.
Yeah.
You know, that you know, I kind of beat myself up over.
Well, you don't know what you don't know.
And then the drinking, it's just like, wow, I wasted 25 years of my life, but it's like,
Yeah.
you know what? But I don't think I would, like, understand life the way that I understand it today, and I'm
Sure.
so grateful that I'm an alcoholic.
Absolutely. 100%.
I am so grateful
Yeah.
I'm an alcoholic in recovery, you
Yep.
know, and yeah, it's not great, but I can't keep going around and saying, "Oh, I'm good."
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not.
Yeah,
And my life around me, like, is awful too.
yeah.
You know, so it's time for me to change, nobody else.
Yeah, so we were talking about this like a couple weeks ago. The lying aspect of being in social environments. You see a friend, they ask you how you're doing,
Yeah.
and the first thing out of your mouth is just, "Oh, things are great, but
Yeah.
things are hectic, but things are good."
Yeah.
And it's like your world could be fucking falling apart around you,
Yeah.
but instead of maybe confiding in that person that actually asked you and might want to know something about you, you don't want to get vulnerable. You just want to get out of the conversation. Like,
Yep.
"Yep, I'm good. Hope you're good too."
Yeah.
But like, I still do that all the time, you know, because I think part of it is like, I don't think people really want to know how
Yeah,
you're doing.
it's just
And that's just my,
It's just a habit.
that's just my thinking. And then there's the habit
Yeah.
thing. Like, I really don't want to get vulnerable with somebody about this. Like,
I used
know?
to say all the time, "Oh, I'm awesome," and I really felt it. Now I'm like, I'm okay.
yeah.
I'm poking along,
Yeah.
you know, because I'm like, I ain't freaking lying no more.
Yeah, right.
I'm just poking along.
Poking along.
I mean, I feel like I'm at peace, you know, but it's like I know there's more work to be done.
Yeah.
And it's so true. You can't rely, like, what's the word I want? Rest on your laurels.
Yeah. Rest on yesterday's
Yeah,
sobriety.
you can't. You
Sure.
can't. It might be okay for a while,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I mean, is there, like, I get the whole thing. There is more work to be done. There is never going to be a time where you don't have work to be done.
Right.
Right?
I
And I
think-
get that that's kind of the gift of this program.
yeah.
We get to work on ourselves. We get to continue to remain teachable. We
Yep.
get to look at ourselves on the daily or whatever
Yeah.
and see what we did wrong, because that's what our program tells us we need to do
Yeah.
to stay sober. And like, I look at everybody out there and they don't have a program to live by. They don't have a sponsor. They don't have a meeting where they can go and talk about their issues and get a response for
or not
free.
talk and just ghost you because we don't like confrontation, and that
Sure.
aggravates me now.
Yeah.
Because I want to talk like an adult. Like I want to talk. I want you to tell me how I'm making you feel.
Yeah.
You know, and I was so grateful for that woman when she said to me that, you know, I made her feel like a certain way. And I'm like, that wasn't my intention. I was able to tell her that.
Yeah.
I'm a hard ass.
Yeah.
I can't help it. It's because, like, I know I'm going to die. If I pick up a drink, I'm going to die. So if I'm talking to you about recovery and what works, then I'm telling you, you need to do this.
Right.
Because I don't know if I would have picked up a drink or not in this past year. I thought about it.
Yeah.
Before I used to think about it when my kids were like, you know, in dilemmas, I'd be like, oh my God, I could just suck down some whiskey right now.
Yeah.
And I would get in bed and just imagine my higher power all around me. But just thinking about, a nice glass of wine would be great out in the backyard. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's how I knew, like, oh no, you need to do something. Something's going on. Like, you're going to pick up a drink.
Yeah.
You know, and I knew I was probably in relapse mode.
Yeah, sure.
You know, and I've been around long enough to know, and I listen to stories, and I listen to people, and I'm like, surrender.
Right.
Victory's in the surrender, they say, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That works for everything.
Yeah.
Surrender to people, places, things.
Serenity prayer. You have no control.
Oh, my God.
As much as you want it.
And now it's like the third step prayer. I turn my will and my life over to the care of God, a higher power, as I understand him. And constantly all day long, I'm like, you turned your power over.
Right.
You turned your power over. You know, I'm a control freak.
Yeah.
Plus, I have ADD. I'm like here, there, and everywhere. And I'm just like, do. But I tried to take like medication a few years ago. I didn't like the way it made me feel. I'm like, I'm not doing the Wellbutrin or something.
Oh, yeah.
I started hearing stuff about it, and I'm just like,
yeah,
no, it's not for me. So I ended up, and I hadn't taken medication throughout all these years. I was so afraid, but I'm like, if it'll help me, like, get focused a little bit more and maybe a little, you know, no, I don't know. I think I have such like a high tolerance to everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I tried the Wellbutrin because I have ADHD too. Like, I'm off. I'm
off the wall.
Always doing something. But, like, I can't take anything because, like, I have a meth problem. So, like, Adderall and all that shit. Which, believe me, I don't want to get into that.
Oh,
like,
man.
But, like, Wellbutrin, nothing helped. And, like, now, you know, thankfully, like, I don't take anything at all now. And being in and out of every fucking detox and rehab in the state, everybody tried throwing this different new concoction at you, you know? And I always
medicine's going to help.
Yeah. Like, you're bipolar at one rehab, and then you're X, Y, and Z at a different rehab, and then you're this at another rehab. And it's like, so I didn't know what was up, what was down, you know, and they don't know. They see you for fucking 5 minutes inside that rehab and make all right, give them this script.
You're just another bozo on the bus.
Right, absolutely. And so it was hard for, like, me to rely on just myself to deal with myself as far as, like, mentally and emotionally.
Yeah.
I also couldn't stay sober long enough to regulate. You know? I'm fucking 3 months sober and I'm still psycho? Yeah, no kidding. You're 3 months sober.
Well,
like,
I'm still psycho too.
I hear you.
It doesn't go away.
Yeah.
It's how we have learned to deal with it.
Daily reprieve.
You know, it's like, it's not easy, but it's doable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now, do you still go to meetings a lot?
I do the Big Book Step Study meetings now on Wednesday and Saturday, and then I do Monday through Friday on Early Bird.
Yeah.
Where I get to talk a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, but I was like, what I was doing too is I was listening to people and I was trying to pick out their issues. So I could tell them exactly what was wrong with them. I'm such, it's freaking ridiculous.
I love that.
But I know what I'm
get it.
doing. Like I've done
yeah,
like
sure.
all these like self-help books. Like we did like The Untethered Soul and The Mastery of Self. And,
Yeah.
you know, like all these the you know, the
Untethered
power
Soul's
of,
a good one, but yeah.
the power of now.
Oh
And,
yeah.
you know, I mean, I've done the sacred fireworks, worked on the fears and
Yeah.
glass walks, and it's just like, yeah, it carries you for a little while,
Right.
but you're still stuck with you. And what's like, I have to keep reminding myself, I'm okay.
Yeah.
You're okay. Like a lot of people are like, oh, well, I suffer from a sickness. I suffer from alcoholism. Like, and Joe Osteen says this. I'm a healthy person fighting off an illness.
Yeah.
And that makes sense to me. Just like character defects.
that.
I hate when I was at the meeting the other night and they were talking about character defects. We were on 6 and 7 last Wednesday. And I'm like, I'm not a defect.
Yeah.
And then somebody said that defaults. We default.
Right.
I'm like, that I can,
Grasp.
you know, there's just so many like
Yeah.
different things. It's like, you know, we're taught a certain way. This means this and that means that. Does it?
Right.
Does it? Just because you're saying it, does it mean it's the truth?
Sure.
Oh, man, that's why I'm like digging deeper now and I'm just like, oof.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
Yeah. So I have this a really good counselor at this IOP, and we did IFS therapy, interfamily systems, and it was like this meditative practice where you go in and you talk to a part of yourself.
oof.
Usually
I'd be bawling.
a younger age.
Yeah.
But you talk to them, ask them what they want, ask them what they're trying to do, but then you talk to them and say, listen, I am 38 now.
Yeah.
Let me run the ship. Because the majority of our things that we're doing today, we're doing as our 6-year-old self.
Yeah.
Or our 8-year-old self.
We're still growing up.
You were still, yeah, but even
I'm
like,
going to be 58.
yeah, but that 8-year-old self doesn't know you're 58.
I know.
So they're still dealing as this defensive little kid.
Yeah.
And so when something sparks,
Yeah.
like they went through back in 8 years old,
Yeah.
your 58 yourself reacts the same way your 8-year-old self would. A tantrum, anxiety, scared, fear, all of this stuff. And so like IFS therapy is a way for you to start kind of crossing the bridge from all these younger ages where you're scared, all that fear comes from, and reminding yourself that this is your time to deal with all of your present experiences with what you are now, who you are today, and all the past lived experiences help you today.
That's interesting.
And yeah, it was very interesting. But it also talks about defects, and that's why I brought this up. Defects like lying. Lying is probably one of, as an addict alcoholic, our best tools.
Yeah.
Such a positive tool for us. It might do some real damage, but like that was one of our biggest tools.
Yep.
Or manipulation. Or jealousy, or all of these defects.
Yeah.
They're real positive things for an addict alcoholic.
Yeah.
But we put the defect thing on it because we use them in the wrong way. Like, lying shouldn't be used at all. But like, we don't know that. You know, we still label it as, it still has this really bad term to it, you know, almost. And like, so IFS therapy talks about how, all of your defects are your greatest tools. Until you learn how that they are all positive, instead of always thinking of them as negative, then you stop doing them.
You need them sometimes for certain things too, right?
But
it's the body.
But even knowing that they served us so well in the past gives us more of an inclination to not use them in the future also. Which I think was a crazy perception for me to realize, because I always focused on lying because I was a terrible habitual liar, even in recovery. because it was my habit.
Yeah. It's so much easier just to tell the truth, though.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
It's free.
even if it's like, I remember, like, I used to lie, like, for my cleaning jobs and stuff. Now it's like, I'm too tired.
Yeah, right. Sure.
I need a day off.
And people are like, all right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Reschedule.
You rest. You rest.
But we think it's going to be this huge thing.
I gotta say, my dog got loose.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it's such nonsense.
Yeah.
And then you got to keep it going.
Yes, of course.
Who did I tell?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You go to that job and they're like, "Oh, how's your dog?" It's like,
What?
What dog?
What? What lie? What lie was that now?
That's bad. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But my sister always says, like, she would get so upset when I lie about stupid things.
So
She said I lied that I had pancakes one day. I said I had waffles, but she knew I had pancakes. And it's like, why are you lying about something so stupid? And it's just like, I had no other choice.
yeah.
It was just who I was. Like, it was harder for me to tell the truth, even about the littlest things, rather than just do what I always do and tell a lie.
Yep. It's so funny. I was at AWOL. I forget how many years sober I was. Maggie was running it.
Yeah.
And she was we were talking about shortcomings and stuff. So I'm like, so shortcomings aren't as bad as a character defect? She's like, no. But I told her the story where, no, I'm doing good. Like, I'm 5, 6, 7 years, maybe probably 7 years sober. And I'm in a house cleaning. And she had this big bottle of Motrin there. So I went downstairs, I got a baggie, and I put a bunch of Motrin in a baggie, and I took it. So I'm at the AWOL, and I'm like, why did I take this stuff? I don't even take Motrin.
Right.
I said, I'm going to put it back next time I go there, and I did.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what the hell was that?
Opportunists just...
Yeah, but what the hell was I thinking?
Sure.
She's got too much, and I need some of that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes people are like, I can't believe you're going to be 58. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I know, I act like a kid.
Yeah, but we can convince ourselves that anything is a good idea.
I know, it's crazy.
You know?
It's so crazy.
Like after thinking about a glass of wine after 18 years.
I know.
Like a good, solid fucking 18 years. But you hear it all the time in meetings. Not all the time.
How many? But they also shame people that say, I feel like having a drink. Like,
really?
I've seen it sometimes. Like, people that I think a lot more people think about drinking. We're alcoholics.
Yeah.
We drink.
Right.
Birds fly, fish swim.
Yeah.
So if I'm good, even though I'm not, and I'm not going to say, I thought about having a drink.
Yeah.
Well, you need to do this, and I got that a couple of times by some close friends a few years back when I said I thought about drinking. And they didn't know what to say or do.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's something wrong with me. Like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. We're afraid, because I have such a strong personality.
Yeah.
And I'll bite their head off, because don't tell me. I got my shit together.
Right.
I don't anymore. I surrender to all you people. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I still think about smoking meth every day. Every day.
God relieve me of this whatever your higher power is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I pray every morning, every night to have him relieve it from me. The obsession is gone.
Yeah.
But I still think about it. I still smell it. I still taste it. It's one of those things. I'm still in early recovery, but it's one of those things that is always just at the forefront.
I think that's going to take a while.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I did cocaine when my oldest was young, and it took like 5 years for me to not think about it anymore when I was getting drunk.
Yeah.
I wanted it so bad.
Of course.
And I couldn't afford it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I felt, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. As soon as we feel that, it's like I have to take action.
Right. Oh,
What
yeah.
can I do? What can I do?
There's nothing in my way. Yeah.
You know, and then it would just be like I blacked out like every night.
Yeah.
I didn't get bed spins because I drank too much to get bed spins.
Yeah, you were just out.
Maybe a couple of times. And I'm like, oh no, I'm going to drink even more so I don't get that.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm grateful whatever I have.
Sure.
But now it's the body.
Yeah.
All these years later, my knees, my shoulder,
Sure.
my neck, and thinking about my demise more too. Like I think it's just because of the age
Yeah.
and watching my dad go through what he's going through, and
Right.
like now I want to live,
Sure. Of course. Yeah.
you know, but it's like I'm almost afraid to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Why?
weird. I don't know. I'm going through this like weird stage.
Okay.
That's why I just need to keep writing.
Yeah.
I need to keep writing. I need to keep praying.
Fucking-
And yeah, I mean, I know I'm going to be awesome again. I'm still awesome,
Yeah.
you know.
Staying in the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stay in the moment.
Something that, like, not said enough. Keeping our minds in the moment,
Yeah.
not thinking about the past or the future.
My mind will start taking off, and I just start laughing. I'm like, here you
Yeah.
go again.
Sure.
We went to the sanctuary, the Providence. Is it the monks?
Oh, yeah.
And we did a meditation over there, and that
I've
was
done that
really
before.
interesting.
Yeah.
Where they say, "Are you going to jump on the train
Yeah.
of your brain?"
Yeah.
Like, and Tommy at the meeting there Thursday
Yeah.
nights, and I always say it's just an organ. We don't have to
Yeah.
believe everything that it says.
Yeah.
And it's so true. Like, it's just, you know, the brain wants to, you know, it's thinking of a problem. It wants to make a problem,
Of course.
you know, and it's like, and if I'm not, like, what do they say? Hungry, angry, lonely, tired.
Sure.
Halt. If I'm like, if I'm hungry or angry or whatever, I want to I want to cause trouble. Like,
Yeah.
I want to stir the pot somehow,
Sure.
you know? And I'm so aware of that now, you know? And I'm like, you need to just shut up and knock
Yeah.
your crap off. It's like, I feel like a rebel still,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Day at a time.
A day at a time. That's all I can do, a day at a time, you
Right.
know? I'm on the right path, though.
Yeah.
So,
Stop procrastinating.
yeah, I know. It's funny. I'll sit down and, like, at these meetings, you can say you're listening or you're writing.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever. And my sponsor's like, you can't say you're writing if you haven't written in a week. So the night before, I do 50 words.
Yep.
So I can sit there.
Say you're writing.
I'm Lisa. I'm an alcoholic. I'm writing.
Yeah.
You know.
That
But
out.
because I know I have to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to let anybody down. Like, I made this choice. I don't want to let myself down.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
Sure. Yeah. I mean, once again, it goes back to what we were saying before. It's like all these, and I'm sure you feel good after you're done writing.
yeah.
And you know
Amazing,
that.
too. Even though I'm writing down these resentments, why I'm mad at somebody.
Oh, of course.
Stupid shit.
Yeah, of course.
But she said, I want you to write every little thing to the point where if you even thought somebody was prettier than you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I'm like, really? And then I'm thinking, I don't really have a resentment against them. And I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Talked down to me, looked at me in a certain way,
Right.
you know, and yeah. What does it affect? Everything.
Yeah.
What's my pot? I'm looking for to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, I
course.
just want to be okay in every situation. My security.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so weird how it affects everything too. Like, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Like the pride, the self-esteem, I'm right in security, I'm right in personal relations, ambitions.
Yeah.
It affects everything.
Sure.
A stupid little resentment,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah.
What's my part in
It's
it?
our number one killer.
Can't wait to do these.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I can say, oh, yeah, I know what I'm doing through these past years, you know. Yeah, I understand that. No, I don't. Like,
Yeah.
I need to write it down, and I need to write.
That's your avoidance telling you that.
So, like,
Yeah.
I'm surrendering.
Right.
Like, and I'm
Good for
doing
you.
it. And I'm doing it the way that it should be done.
Right.
You know, my sponsor's like, well, it's probably going to take you a year. And she's like, but it's no rush.
Yeah.
You know, and I already went through one notebook. And that was just the
Damn.
cause 5 subject notebook.
Damn.
Was like 230 something people.
It's going to take you guys weeks just to read it.
She said, I can do about 3 hours at a time. I said, good luck, because I don't know if I can. I'm just going to be laughing my ass off. When I did my 5th step with Karen, we will laugh. And she's I never laughed before, because I know that it was the drugs and alcohol that made me do like a lot of my behaviors and stuff. And it's just like, laugh. She's like, you're too funny. Because I'm honest, because I want to know what my dilemma is.
Yeah, of course.
So I can.
Yeah, when I did the steps with Eddie, it was just like, it was like the first time I was not procrastinating. Like my 4th step, it took me 2 weeks. Like, and I had pages and pages and pages, but like I was so ready.
Yeah.
17 years of trying to get clean.
I know.
I couldn't figure it out. Fucking do the steps, and I've never felt more in tune with myself.
Yeah.
Until like,
because you understand yourself a little bit.
I
more.
understand myself. I've given up. I've given up my power, my control, all the things that I thought I needed to stay strong.
Yeah.
All these things that I thought if said these things out loud, it would make me feel weak.
Right.
And it was just the fucking opposite.
So powerful.
It's so powerful. It was everything I needed. And like, he was like everything I needed as a sponsor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, and still to
he
this
knows
day.
his shit, too.
He knows his shit. I mean.
You know, I need somebody that's going to really take me by the hand.
Yes.
And guide me and not like just take my word for it, because I'll lie to you.
Right.
You know, she's looking at my work.
Yeah.
And she's like, no.
Yeah.
Nope, this didn't affect this. And I'm like, fuck.
Yep.
And then I got to think about it.
Sure.
You know, and then I'm like, okay, I understand it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, but I need that. But everything that I've done before, like when I first did the steps at 9 months sober, I didn't really do the steps because I didn't understand them.
Sure.
And I kind of wrote like a letter. And I kind of dumped a lot of stuff. And then I'm driving home, and I'm like, when am I going to feel better? Like, that's how crazy I was at 9 months sober.
Yeah.
You know? And then I got, Marty had let me go. She goes, I don't think I can do anything else with you. I was about 1.5, 2 years sober. And then I called Eddie right after I got off the phone with Marty. And Eddie's like, okay, when you get home, get a paper and pen and call me. And I was like, oh, my God. I really have to do this now. 2.5 years sober.
Sure.
2.5 years sober, right? And then he's like, you're going to a big book step study.
Yeah.
And that just like opened me up even more. And then meeting Glenn, and then going to his spiritual book clubs, and getting involved with Gladys and the Reiki, and like Kerry and the glass walks, and just all this stuff. Like, I learned everything that I had to learn. And you know when they say, oh, you're right where you're supposed to be?
Yeah.
It's so true.
Sure.
It's
Absolutely.
so true.
Yep.
I couldn't learn what I had to learn, like now what I'm learning, back then.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Like, I would hear things 100 times and it wouldn't even register.
Yeah.
And now it's like bing, bing.
Yeah. I think it's like those aha moments. Like for me, when like the last 17 years, I didn't have any aha moments. The last 11 months,
a lot.
Everything, because I was ready.
Yeah, you're ready.
And I was open to it. And so everything started popping in. All these stupid little quotes just made the most intense
Whatever you
sense.
Resist persists.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep it simple, stupid. Like such corny lines that like I need to live by today.
What do I call it? I'm like a ninja now with my tools.
Sure.
Pull those tools out and listen, that's how I live now.
Yeah.
You know, victory's in the surrender.
Yep.
You know, I can be happy going through a tough time. That somebody told me that the day after my mother died,
Yeah.
or it was a week after, and I'm thinking I should be miserable.
Yeah.
Why aren't I miserable?
Yeah.
I should be miserable. And somebody said, you can be happy going through a tough time.
Sure.
And I'm like, yeah, I can have sex and be happy. Like, I thought I couldn't have sex and be happy because I should be mourning.
Yeah.
Like, that's
right.
crazy shit.
Sure. Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
But that's what I was thinking at 5 years sober.
Yeah. Programmed to be that way almost. Yeah.
You know, I need to be miserable. Oh, my God.
Yeah. How freeing, like, to not have to live by that construct, too.
Right.
You know?
It's like you get fucked when you're growing up with all these things, you know, and then you got to unfuck yourself.
Yeah,
There's a
absolutely.
book on that, too, I think.
Yeah.
Unfuck myself or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. The reprogramming. And, like, that's the real work, you know? And it seems like...
we are programmed.
Oh, yeah. Programmed to think a certain way, feel a certain way, shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that, until you start having fucking free will and realizing, oh, I can think for myself. Oh, I can take this part and not that part, but I can take this part and not that part. And
I think that's why I was a rebel when I was such a young kid. Like, I didn't, like, even when
want
I
to be
went
constructed to a certain mold.
Even when I was in CCD, I'm like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Even at an early age, like, I don't understand this shit. Like, no. Like, you know, I didn't understand it.
Sure.
And whatever, I still don't to a certain degree.
Yeah. And that's okay.
It's all right. As long as I tell a lot of like my sponsees and that when they're going through a hard time, I'm like, you can use my higher power because I use it as like the Jesus that I grew up with.
Yeah.
Like that face, the man with the beard and that.
Yeah.
And then I just have him with like angel wings.
Yep.
And I just have him holding me. And that's what I call God.
Sure.
And that's what I call my higher power.
Yeah.
You know, he's like my angel.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell he is, but you know what? When I turn my will over to it,
things get better.
it's holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I get out of the way and I'm positive.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, the little fucking things.
Such a journey.
Yeah.
You'll have to have me back in a year when I've done, or maybe 2.
Yeah.
Seeing how long I procrastinate for.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now I'm like totally like, oh my God, I can't believe like I'm going to learn, like I'm learning that the character defects come from the turnarounds. And like when you're doing your turnarounds, that's where you find your fears too. And
Sure.
I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just made a list of fears.
Yeah, and so like your character defects are the symptom of the fears almost. Yeah.
Right?
Because they're protecting you from those fears.
Fight or flight.
Fight or flight, sure. Yeah. Or freeze. Yeah. It's real.
I get like that sometimes too.
Yeah, no doubt.
I get
Absolutely.
so overwhelmed. I don't know if it's from the ADD or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just feel like there's so much going on in my brain. I just don't do anything.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm coming home from work and I got to go to the grocery store. And I'm like, should I go or shouldn't I go? Nope. And I know I need to go and buy food.
Yeah.
I need to cook, you know, or whatever.
Sure.
And I just go home and I just lay down.
Yeah.
Like I can only like do what I can do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
Amen.
Absolutely. Lisa, thanks for coming on.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Anytime. I was so honored when you asked me.
Oh,
I was
hell
like,
yeah.
oh. Like, I just think this is great what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
Whatever you need to do.
This has helped me stay sober.
You have to do
Like-
whatever you have to do
Yeah.
to stay sober. And I know people they'll complain about sponsors. They'll complain about this and that. And I go, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, no. Get another sponsor.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. Do whatever you have to do to stay sober.
Yeah.
Because you have kids.
Yeah. For sure.
And that's why I stay sober now and my grandkids. And I
Yeah.
want to be the best. I want to be able to give the best advice I can give and tell them it's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
The way you feel instead of shut up,
Right. Yeah.
stop whining.
Yeah. Be the power example without saying anything.
I know,
almost.
right?
Yeah.
Let me think about that.
Yeah,
Let
right,
me get
right.
back to you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Before it would be, yep, okay, yep. And I'm like wearing thin.
Sure.
And now it's the setting of the boundaries. And nope, my phone's like,
Yeah. Thank you. I love you. Appreciate you coming
love
on.
you too, definitely.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.